So this is the corresponding video for the Tableau assignment of the class Financial Policies and Strategies. Course number is 4443, section 21, spring 2021. So let's begin. So the data I have used for this assignment is from selected financial statistics of simulation platform where it had 8 companies, fictional companies, uh, competing in a sensor market, and I'll be showing you their ratios and their sales and everything else from their financial statements, and we'll compare and contrast some of these companies with each other. First and foremost, my action plan here, it will be to show you uh, the first worksheet, which is the company's market share based on the sales throughout the 4 years of operation. Um, and then I'll show you everything from the top line of the income statement all the way down to the profit, its cumulative profit, and whether they had any emergency loans because they had some liquidity and solvency risk, so they had to issue an emergency loan because the company didn't have enough cash to cover all the expenses of that year, and ultimately compounded and worsened the profitability of the company. Lastly, on the capital structure and return equity worksheet, I'll be comparing the best company with the best capital structure and the return on equity against the worst company with the capital structure and the return on equity as well. So the first step is trying to find the worst company with the lowest market share throughout those 4 years. So we will use the sales filter to filter out. We found that Andrews is the worst company within those 4 years. And we will find the top end of the interval. We'll find that there is very close competitors between Baldwin and Garrett, but we can see Baldwin has the greatest sales across all those 4 years. So we use Baldwin and Andrews. While this worksheet tells us that Andrews is the worst company in terms of the company's market share, on the profitability worksheet, we can tell that Andrews, even though it has the lowest sales, Digby carries the lowest cumulative profit on a negative $663,000 versus negative $460,000. With that being said, Andrews performs worse at selling its products, but its cost structure is more efficient than Digby. On the other hand, Baldwin in the profitability worksheet shows the strongest sales, which we already saw in the first worksheet of the market share, and at the same time shows the strongest cumulative profit across all the market. For this reason, we will use Baldwin and Digby to compare its ratios, capital structure ratios, and see how its sales trickle down all the way to profits based on its capital structure and what kind of decisions were made in the corporate level that is helping its investors make a profitable return. As we're more interested on the latest financial statements of these companies, we will filter to the last year in 2029. Here we can see that the overall picture of these 3 companies never actually changed throughout those 4 years, and it just deepened the problem of its financial structure. Andrews, for example, was able to return a positive earnings before interest and taxes, but its interest cost was way too high that it actually was not able to be covered by its EBIT, and it returned a negative profit, which is just deep again its cumulative profit. As I learned in my corporate finance class, debt is a great source for raising capital in a company because it's cheap and increases the overall value of the company with its actual benefit. However, as it can greatly amplify the profits of a company, it can also worsen the losses of a company that it has very thin margins. As we can see here in Andrews and Digby, they had a rather less stable capital structure than Baldwin, which maintained a very uh, steady capital structure on a leverage of between 2 and 1.65. Well, this concludes my video. I hope you guys like it.